Hi, Beverly Monacle here, the online marketing and wellness expert. Today I'm going to do a PowerPoint for everyone out there that works for a dietary supplement company. It's generic, it's not talking about any company, because it's just talking about what you can and cannot say according to the FTC. It's really important that all of us abide by these rules, or we could all ruin it for everybody else. Just remember, never ever use a disease claim when you're talking about your dietary supplement. Even if you kind of imply it, don't do that. So watch this PowerPoint and watch what you can and cannot say. Talk to you in a minute.
Hi, here's Beverly Monacle again, and I'm going to start going through a PowerPoint to give you some ideas of what can we say when selling a dietary supplement. Well, the FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission's truth in advertising can be boiled down to two common sense propositions. Number one, advertising must be truthful and not misleading. And number two, before disseminating an ad, advertisers must have adequate substantiation for all objective claims. And a lot of this comes into those third-party materials that some of you may use when you talk about your supplements. I'm sure if you have a good company, they have made sure that all the rules are being followed when it comes to these third-party materials. But if you ever make anything on your own and use it, you've got to be very careful that you follow these rules here. Now let's go to the next page. According to the FTC, testimonies. Now, let's first talk about testimonies. We all have testimonies, and you want to say, oh my gosh, I feel so much better, my joints don't ache anymore, and since I started taking this product. Well, testimonies are great, and we feel like, we should be able to say that. But according to the FTC, testimonies have to be backed by appropriate scientific evidence for the underlying claim. That means every one of each company's associates, if they're out there giving testimonies and their company doesn't have scientific evidence for what they're saying, they could get in a lot of trouble. And vague disclaimers like, results may vary, you may not do as well as I do, are likely to be insufficient. So you need to be very careful with those testimonies. If you choose not to abide by rules and regulations, the consequences sooner or later will be most unpleasant for those individuals doing it, or for the dietary supplement company that they represent. We don't want that to happen. Now, what you can talk about are structure function claims. How it helps your body have a better quality of life, and talk about nutrition and how our bodies need nutrition. No disease names or ever talking about a sickness name. Oh, that's such a big no-no. And you really need to switch to a wellness model and how it's taking on a more personal responsibility for their own health. Really educate these people and let them know that, it's their responsibility. Not drugs and not nutritional supplements either, but we need to make better decisions. Now, this is a statement from a young drug rep, and let me tell you how that happened. I heard this story that a doctor's assistant was waiting for a drug rep and looking at the stuff that he had, and he just came right out and asked the drug rep, what is it that you and your companies really do? Well, that representative paused for a minute, and this was his answer. We manufacture and sell products to take care of people that won't take care of themselves. Now that, to me, is a great statement, because that's exactly what people who are in the drug frame of mind do. They go to their doctor and they want that perfect pill to take care of their disease so that they don't have to do it themselves. I thought that was good. Now, when you go out there and start talking to people about your products, you're going to run into people like this, and they want to think that, oh, well, will your dietary supplement cure my whatever disease? Now, I bet you've heard these questions before too. Well, if your stuff's so good, why doesn't my doctor know about it? Or, why is it all over the news if it's so great? Or, why isn't it in the newspaper and the magazines if it's so wonderful? I know I've heard that, and I wonder how many times you've had to repent your unkind thoughts when people come up with that. They just don't know better. They are in that same frame mindset that they want something that's going to take care of them because they don't want to take care of themselves. They want that fixing pill. Well, marketing dietary supplements as if they cure, treat, or mitigate diseases is why we hear questions like these. Because that's all they've heard is that I have this disease, so I'm going to take this pill. The public's been programmed to think in the terms of disease and a cure for them. So their expectation is that dietary supplements should have the same results. Never ever imply that, and never ever use a disease name. Not even in saying, well, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but don't do it. It's just, don't do it. You're going to get in trouble. Let's talk about the U.S. healthcare. The U.S. spent $2.3 trillion in 2007 on drugs and healthcare. The U.S. is number one in the entire world on spending on healthcare. Number one. We have 4.6% of the population of the world, but we consume 40.2% of all the RX drugs sold worldwide. Amazing. That equals to about $784.9 million a day are spent on drugs in the United States. That's frightening. That's awful. Now, out of the 191 countries, the U.S. is number 37 in health system performance. That's not good. We're number 72 in the level of health of the population. That means we have a lot of sick people. And 90% of the drugs that are manufactured, they're only going to work in 30 to 50% of the people that take them. And it's not because they're bad, but because of the unique genotype or phenotype within the population. Because if they took these drugs off the market and tweaked them, they probably would work for a larger group. But then they'd have to resubmit it for reapproval and spend another $8 million, and they're not going to do that. That's a heavy-duty statistic right there, that the drugs aren't the cure for everything. So, what we need to do is switch to the wellness state of mind. Wellness is the quality or state of being in good health, especially as an active sought goal. That's what we need to be educating our clients. The wellness model, Paul Zane Pilsner wrote in The Wellness Revolution that by the year 2012, people will be spending $1 trillion on health and wellness products, which is good for us. Our bodies are programmed for wellness. We have 60 trillion cells that maintain, repair, regulate, and protect our bodies. And every day, 150 to 500 billion new cells are formed. So, our bodies are made for wellness, and we need to educate people on it. Now, these are the rules I want you to follow. Only talk about dietary supplements, how they help with the structure functions of the body. Never ever imply any disease can be cured, treated, or mitigated by your supplement company or by the supplement you have. Only talk about their quality of life being helped through proper nutrition. Guys, we cannot compete, nor should we, with that $2.3 trillion drug industry. And keep your words talking about wellness and how it's a choice that they need to make for themselves. Now, I hope this has helped you guys with a few ideas on how to market correctly your dietary supplements and your company. And your company will be happier with you, and it will keep you out of a lot of deep waters. So you have a great day, and if you like this, please share it with your friends. Talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.